speed, and people have been changing up their 80 carry runes quite a bit. But as you see, they both do go heal, and both supports will go exhaust, which is very strong. And without any, you know, high self-healing champions like, you know, the Soraka or something like that, definitely a good way to go with exhaust. It doesn't give you as much early game pressure as far as kill potential is concerned, but where they both have roots, following up with exhaust will be really strong. I'm actually most interested to see how mid lane will go with the exhaust Lux versus Master Yi. How do you think that'll go?
I'm not exactly sure because they do. I honestly like the Ignite more so because being an aggressive mid laner to get those early kills is something you need to do. And if Neo can pull that out with going for the high damage early game and pick up a few kills for himself, he's going to be set in solid stone automatically. Where on one side you do have the exhaust coming out from Lux, which means she can constantly keep on kiting and getting bindings off and doing damage. It's going to be trade for trade, honestly, but I do like the Ignite more.
Yeah, the Ignite I think is going to have, like I said, it gives that more kill potential, but if Lux sees it coming and you exhaust a Master Yi while he's chopping away at you, 50% less damage and then, what is it, 30% attack speed is going to be, you know, a crazy amount that she's going to be able to take off of him. It's also going to kind of deter him from tower dives, because he'll lose a lot of damage if he goes in for a tower dive and she's able to get the exhaust off, and he might be able to also bait it out because he's not going to get slowed by the exhaust if he has his Highlander up. So I'll do introduction for community, and you can do introductions for Riot, who's got adorable skins. I'm waiting for it to pop up.
They
though.
do. Oh my god.
It's still black for me for some reason.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I love that skin. I wish I had it.
For some reason, the stream's staying black. It's not liking this. But let me just add the desktop.
It's not liking me. It's okay.
Alright, so let me move this back up. Alright, so for the community side, we're going to have Spectrum on Kha'Zix, 9-Line Neo playing Headhunter Master Yi. Cinema is going to be on Twitch. We have Samplify on Morgana, Murdoch X on Rise.
And for the Riot team, we do have Pantheon coming up for Riot Zephyriel. We do have Trundle coming up for Riot Rojan. Efek is on to that Tristana, Baconhawk, Karma, and Riot Girl onto Lux.
Alright, and let me get everybody sort everything out. That was weird. I don't know why, but it just didn't want to, like, the game capture for OBS was like, I don't know what game you're talking about. That game doesn't exist right now. So I was like, I'll fix this. And I'll get the lanes all squared away for you guys. But it looks like Riot's just playing defensive. Both teams not going for anything level 1, even though I know that Riot have the communication advantage this game. But nobody wants to have a bad level 1. That's what everybody's worried about. Nobody wants to engage level 1, even if you have the stronger fight, and walk into a bunch of people in a bush. You know, because that can just change multiple lanes within the game. Especially if it's close to when the buff's on. I mean, you know, if it's like 140, you're in a lot of trouble if you get, you know, 2 or 3 kills and steal the buff as well.
Yeah, stealing buffs is always a good thing, honestly. Counter jungling has possibly been one of my favorite things to do lately, playing Evelynn. But I want to see if they are able to catch someone out here because they are playing very aggressive and they are all in that bot section.
Oh man, Twitch is on a diet. Look how skinny he is now in that in that mobster. He's not been eating his spaghetti and meatballs because he is so much thinner now, and he's gonna give a good leash right there. Yeah, he doesn't waddle anymore. He's kind of skulks. He looks more like a rat. I will say that. So, pretty standard start.
Ooh, and that's actually very hard leash.
Yeah, Pantheon's gets a really good leash, whereas Kha'Zix is not getting even close to the same. So Pantheon's gonna have double buff and be ready to gank top a lot sooner. But neither top lane is the pushing type of top. So unless they go for that early level 2, they'll both be around the middle of the lane by the time they get up there with the buffs.
Yeah, no, I honestly like the Phantom Jungle because he's going to be having that early start. Again, as you mentioned, it didn't look like Morgana was so much in terms of wanting to help with the jungle, with getting the buff started, whereas for Pantheon, for Zephyriel, he got all the assistance he needed. But something I'm liking already is Baconhawk being super aggressive on this Karma, as you mentioned before, just getting lots of damage off, using that mantra with the Inner Flame. Just overall, the AoE from that is super strong. The slow is powerful, and she's zoning amazingly well.
Yeah, they got the earlier level 2 and went with a shield and got an early trade, which, I mean, when you push it back to tower, it makes it a lot easier to land those skill shots too, because it kind of limits your options on where you can go to dodge those skill shots. And it looks like we're going to see a gank up top. Rojan is pretty low. Murdoch X must be sensing Zephyril's there. He's going to jump on him. He's going to get the first blood, though. And Murdoch X is going to walk away from this one. Trundle getting a little bit too close. And he is out on that little slugger.
Yeah, something that happened there was just minion aggro after minion aggro. He went in too deep, lost a lot of health, and the minions finished off, giving the first blood over to Murdoch. Perfectly done. And now they're going to be zoning out on a Zephyriel in this top lane because of it, possibly picking up a kill if they go for it, giving double buffs, or at least trying to give them over to Murdoch.
Yeah, Zephyril's sitting here, but they're going to ward it, so they know Zephyril's going to go back. He is level 4. Murdoch X is out of mana, so he's going to try to bait this out with a recall right here. Spectrum's going to jump over the wall. He's going to hit Zephyril right there. They have a root, but they don't have enough damage. They're going to have some flashes come out, and Zephyril's going to live just barely as Rojan goes to help and try and peel, but he doesn't have the pillar yet. So no Pillar of Ice, but down in the bottom lane, Unseen, exhaust for exhaust. The heals go down. Aphic taking a lot of damage, and that's going to force Aphic to flash out of that one. So a great binding, stopping them in their tracks down bottom. Ooh, another binding on a Baconhawk.
Yeah, the Venomous cast doing so much.
Ooh, taking lots of damage. Samplify, you know, landing binding after binding that's the only way to get back in lane if you ever get behind as Morgana.
And that's the exception. I've seen plays go wrong with Morganas, but I've always seen the late game Morgana. As long as you can land those bindings, you're almost guaranteed a decent amount of kill. Ooh,
Unseen getting very aggressive and picking up the kill down bottom. He stealthed right up there through the brush and pretty much just got the jump onto Karma and picked up that kill. I think that they thought that Twitch went back as Samplify went to the side of the brush there, and it picked him up a kill.
And that's going to leave Community at a 2-0 start. A good chance. And they're pressuring very well.
Yeah, the mid lane right now, Master Yi has a 30 CS lead onto the Lux. Now, he hasn't pushed Lux out of lane, so they're both around the same level. But 30 CS at this point, I mean, that's more than double Lux's CS right now. So that is going to be a big problem and something we have to keep an eye on. He will hit level 6 first, but they're both pretty low on mana, so I'm doubting anything will happen unless Kha'Zix is there and ready. We see some pings come down from Community. I'm not sure what they're pinging at. They're just pinging in random spots. Ooh, Murdoch X doing a lot of damage up top. Goes for the all-in. Onto Rojan, does a lot of damage. He's down to 1 bar. He might make it out of this one alive. Murdoch X would... Oh, a great pillar of ice right there, forcing Murdoch X to take 3/4 of his health in tower damage. But Rojan down to 1 bar. Really can't stay there. He doesn't have any pots. He needs to get out of there now.
Ooh, but we do have Kha'Zix coming into this bot lane, and they don't believe they're going to be seeing him out because they don't have any wards in that tri-bush, but he is not going in.
Yeah,
or yet, I should say.
Ooh, missed a binding. So they're going to have to...
And they're not 6 down here in the bot lane yet.
Yeah, they're going to have to wait another 3 seconds or so for the binding. They do know that that bush is warded, though. So he is going to sit outside of that area, try to get in the other binding. They're not going to get the slow off, so they're going to lose this trade. And they sense something's up. They know that Twitch just walking in... Oh, and a dive up top! the execute actually coming down. So Murdoch diving the tower, decided not to go back, and walks up and gets the kill onto Rojan. But Rojan will have TP to get back in the lane, so maybe recover some of that advantage. But the execute's always so sad.
Yeah, no, he needs to get some lane advantage back. He is losing the CS, and he's
Bacon Hawk super low!
Oh, and a great kill!
It was a great binding right there. Again, Samplify landing those and just creating a really easy kill. She's actually maxing her binding first on Morgana, so the base damage from the binding right now is over 200 damage.
And the best thing about maxing the binding first, and necessarily why you need to do it, is because overall, that binding at max rank is a 3-second snare. That's the hardest non-ult CC in this game at the moment. Oh, and they're just gonna go for the tower dive.
Yeah, they go down bottom. They have Rat-a-tat-tat up. It's the range has just fallen off though, so it's gonna be tough to grab Aphek. He should be able to catch him with an auto attack. He's gonna pop the heal to try to speed him out of there, but he's gonna hit by the poison, and that is game over for Trist as he's gonna go down, and that's gonna be 3 kills now for Twitch in the bottom lane.
Yeah, so super strong, building for that IE first. Gonna get the snare on, and it looks like Bacon Hawk's gonna be surviving for today. Unseen taking a bit of damage from the tower, but nothing substantial. And Simplify is just gonna sit in this bush and just gain some gold.
Yeah, bot lane doing really well right now for community. So actually, all the lanes are really coming ahead right now. You know, the early overbait by Rojan caused that death in the top lane. Murdoch X now has 2 levels on him, so he's ever really careful. Murdoch X not leading with the snare though, or that would have been a kill as he popped the ultimate with the move speed. But Rojan now pretty much just getting forced out of lane. He's probably gonna have to fall back to his jungle here pretty soon.
I'm just trying to look and see where these builds are going. Rise getting the good idea, going for that catalyst first into the blasting one, so he's going to be doing substantial amount of damage over to Rojan here. And that's pretty dangerous considering the fact that you mentioned before, he is 2-1, but that... Oh, and he's going to be picking up another kill.
Yeah, went for the 1v1, tried to get some CS, and, you know, Rise didn't have Desperate Power up that time, but landed the snare and picked up that kill. And here comes Twitch walking in here. Samplify, though, going to get locked up by a great mantra root. They're going to force to exhaust Unseen. And here comes Kazik. They didn't know it was coming. It blows up. Karma right there. Gets the reset, but gets out of there. Unseen under tower is going to be stunned. Zephyr now going to fall back after getting the flash out of Twitch. And that's going to be another 1-0 exchange, though. Kazik's grabbing that kill. And Neo has come down bottom. He's going to take out that pink ward that they had in the brush there. And they might go for either a dragon or a tower right here. I'm thinking that they're going to lean towards a dragon. We'll see. There's a little bit of farm mids, so they might just rotate there, too.
But they do have 2 going on. The smite is up here for Spectrum, so they might just go for it. Twitch is going to just get some more damage, take the tower, and possibly re-rotating this dragon. They need all the help they can get because they're not necessarily low, but they're in risky positions. And this smite's gonna take this dragon.
Yeah, so they get the first dragon and first tower. Ooh. This is looking like a snowball. They are up by over 5,000 gold right now at 11 minutes in, which is pretty substantial. Pantheon not able to have a really big impact. I haven't seen any Grand Skyfalls yet. And top and bottom would both be pretty difficult ganks to pull off because they are so far ahead. Murdoch X winning out on trades with Rojan. Rojan, though, smartly is starting with some magic resist. He's been hanging onto that null magic mantle. He might just go right for like a flat magic resist item like the Spirit Massage or something, just so that he can hang with the Rise. Down bottom, Bacon Hawk caught a piece of the rat, and looks like she wants to continue the engagement. He will be down to half health, so that's going to save them a little bit of time, and they'll be able to farm down there.
Ooh, but we do have Neo going into this mid lane and is going to be picking up onto Riot Girl, even under tower. Just came in with the ult, got the ignite down, and just dished out enough damage to take a kill.
Yep, and top lane just going to farm it out. He's been doing a good job actually keeping it at his tower. He hasn't really pushed up and created a lot of pressure. Just like Aphic and Baconhawk actually rotating to the mid lane. Master Yi is back to buy, and they are going to pressure this tower. It's already down to half just with them sitting there. And they're going to Mantra up, try to get out of here. The Root's going to lay down on Spectrum. Samplify's going to land the binding on a Bacon who's already low. The Buster Shot coming out. Samplify going to not have another binding up. He's going to... Aphix just going to put a lot of damage down. Rojan, though, caught out in the Baron Pit. And that's another kill for Murdoch X, who's now on a rampage, going 4-1. And remember that one was an execute, so it didn't reset his killing spree right there.
Exactly, and so far, just complete control of the map. We're beginning to even see that in the very scarce wards coming out for the Riot side right now. But just a commanding lead in terms of what the community is doing. They're rotating exceptionally well. Oh my gosh.
Great flash right there.
Just barely living.
It was a perfect flash over the wall from Zephyral, waiting for Master Yi's Alpha Strike to finish before he got over the wall. And now they're poking back and forth, but a healthy Aphic has come up here. And there's some weird sound bug going on. Aphic, though, taking a lot of damage. A flash from Murdoch X and the Rune Prism. Picking up the kill is going to be Spectrum, excuse me. They're going to be able to defend this turret. Twitch is trying to push it up right now. They got a binding on Zephyral over the wall, but he was still able to get out of here. Here comes a flash from Spectrum. Does not expect the exhaust. Trying to get out of there. He's going to get rooted in tower range. Baconhawk with the outplay and shutdown, but Twitch and Morgana are going to come up and get some revenge right there. That was a great play by Baconhawk. The perfect exhaust into a root and tower range, but it didn't matter because the community team was there to follow up on the brazen plays of Spectrum.
So it was a perfectly good first blood pickup coming from the side of Riot onto Karma from Baconhawk. Gonna be building and finishing off onto that Frostwing's Flame perfectly down. Gonna be building for that Chalice and possibly some cooldown or some magic penetration boots coming out soon. It does have the pink wards in the inventory, so Twitch may not be as harmful, but right now he's just doing all he can. He does have the IE already finished, going for that Bloodthirster, or possibly even for the second item for. And it looks like Aphic's going to be caught out here.
And he's going to die to the 9-line Neo. Actually, I think got the kill right there. He's going to flash forward. Even though the exhaust is down, he will get a double kill, but will he get out alive? He still has the speed from Highlander up. It's got plenty of time, so he's going to get out of there without an issue. And Lux was actually forced to flash just before that. Spectrum, though, catching Baconhawk and forcing another flash. Zephyral is there, so they can't dive the tower onto that hard CC. But Morgana actually forced the flash out of Lux earlier with a binding. She was forced to flash out of the very end of it. And it was a great flash because she would have been dead, but she went to support Tristana, who jumped in there. Actually, I don't even think he jumped in, but went all in there for Morgana, who ended up just ulting him and letting Yi pick up the kill.
Yeah, and letting Yi pick up a kill is pretty good, considering that there's very, very almost dead Aphic in Scotland.
Oh, flash for flash! Rat-a-tat-tat comes out!
Out with the rat-a-tat-tat!
Ooh, and Unseen taunting a little bit as he picks up that kill. And his gun actually glows. It like glows green when he has his rat-a-tat-tat up. Oh, another ward catching out Baconhawk, who's in a lot of trouble right here. Gets the shields. It's not enough, though. A good ult from Lux. The final spark laid down right there. 9-line Neo is going for a dive. He's going to be in a lot of trouble, though. He sees Zephyral coming back the other direction. He takes so much damage, down to 20 HP, but he's going to get out of there with Highlander up just barely. He actually almost doubled back into the Pantheon ult and died, but will make it out alive as Triss looks to pick up the kill, but unable to do so.
And that was a well done dark Black Shield actually coming out from Morgana to negate just anything of turn CC coming on a Yi. He did have the Highlander up, so he was not going to be slowed anytime soon, and he just got away from that. Again, that 20 HP makes a difference, leaving the game actually at 17-1 and 3-0 in towers. So that's a significant goal lead, almost, I think, 7 7K, about 6K at this point. Actually, I think more like 8. I can't count that well. But they are going to be taking another tower, rotating the spot lane. 12K. 12K. Okay, that's a lot.
12? Yes, 12,000 gold. But Samplify getting caught out, forced to flash. The trophy in the right spot. She's going to bind back, but it's still a really bad fight because it's 2v4 right there. Morgana's going to get out alive. Here comes Neo. The Ghost Blade's popped onto Rojan, who's stacked that MR, not helping him right there. And now it's back to a 3v3. Neo wants another kill. He's going to use the Alpha Strike on a Riot Girl, going to get Buster shot back. And it looks like... I didn't see what's... It looks like Samplify used something right there. I'm not sure what it was. And now Bacon Hawk, though, getting caught out. Unseen, already with the Infinity Edge. The damage coming out from an Infinity Edge sub 20 minutes is huge.
Yeah, this is just a pretty huge game, as I mentioned before. The 4-0 towers, leaving them to literally control the map. They don't even need that many wards at this point, though they are placing them just for the secure portion, and they are going to be picking up another dragon, only expanding this gold lead even further. And they're using it well. Right now, actually, I'm pretty surprised that Rise hasn't gone for the tier of the Goddess coming out, possibly building for that Sheriff's Embrace just to get the shield, to get the AP, and how well he just controls with it. But he is opting for that nice little amount of armor that's going to be coming out from the Warden's Mail. So possibly going for the Frozen Heart, making sure that he's not going to get attack speeded to death at all. Tristana, however, from Aphek is not able to even get a final item or one item compared to Twitch, who still hasn't gotten the Borker Bloodthirster, but's gone for the IE and Static Shiv, proving he doesn't even need a full item for lifesteal right now.
Yeah, Spectrum actually going with a tanky build as well. Already has the Giant Spell, going to make the Randuin's Omen. Has the obligatory jungle item. Unseen, literally going unseen, walking up there, and that's going to be misbinding, which calls Neo to go into the fight. They jump in onto this one. It's going to be a Morgana ultimate. Bacon Hawk's going to get out of it as well. Rojan's going to go down, though. It's a 2-0 exchange right now. Neo tanking tower hits, needs to get out of there. He will just barely, and it's going to be a 3-0 exchange. Kha'Zix picking up one on the dive. Unseen was almost in position for that, and then when he came back out of stealth, they thought they were okay, and they went for a pick and just missed that binding.
And they're looking just to keep pushing onto this mid tower. They are going to be taking it at the end of the day, and that's just going to be another tower. And it looks like Spectrum going and going to get snared, but Aphek not being able to do much in terms of counterplay to possibly pick anything up here. Ooh. And Twitch is just going in.
The big damage coming out of him. He still had the ult available, caught Karma off guard, and Karma was hanging around because she almost got the poke on the Morg for that kill. But this will probably cost them an inhibitor. It's risky inhibitor, though, because when you have 4 people alive in the base and home guards available, here comes the Pantheon drop out behind Unseen. He's going to get the stun out right there. Rojan is there, but he doesn't have a pillar up. He's going to go invisible. Will Rojan pick the right direction? No. They thought he went up. He went down, and he barely gets out of there, just being the sneaky little rat that he is.
I just cannot believe how well that was done.
Oh, Rojan's going to get caught in a 1v1. Neo actually going really low. Lux is going to pick up 1 kill. Spectrum now in a little bit of trouble. Oh, he gets Buster shotted out of the root. Spectrum tries to go back in for a kill. Zephril's there to say, stop. I have an Aegis that has your name on it. And finally picking up a couple kills. Riot has now more than doubled their score right there, picking up 2 kills. They already had 4 deaths on the community side, but we still had to execute from Rise. So they actually tripled their kills right there as Riot Girl gets caught up by a snare. She actually she's almost finished Athene's. She's very close to Athene's, but we're looking at 21 minutes already because she has been unable to farm versus Master Yi.
Yeah, and that was the danger I saw coming into that, but...
Wow! Unseen just rocking the damage, but a flash for flash as Karma's going to pick that one up. Bacon finally getting some retribution. A lockdown from Samplify as Rise picks up that kill. And Bacon Hawk just kind of falling back like, well, I don't really have anything up to save you. I already used it all. Everything's kind of cooling down after that kill onto the rat. Big gold though, big
just,
gold. Everybody's got like big 500 gold price tags over their head. That was Twitch's. Rise and Master Yi both have one as well. Kha'Zix got shut down just recently, so he doesn't have one now.
But they could always build them back up, and I want to possibly see a Baron rotation coming up pretty soon. They do have it warded. They are going about and killing some Riot wards left and right, making sure the pinks aren't up any longer, and leaving a Twitch just kind of free roam because of that at their side, because they're not going to be seeing him out anytime soon, is perfectly done. Again, this Twitch using his stealth to his just about ability anytime he gets it in terms of engaging or sneaking away, as we've seen him escape very many times before.
Yeah, Riot with some defensive wards.
Up, and here he is, just
unseen with the cast. A Mantra Shield's going to get her team out of there, but she is going to go down. And here comes Kha'Zix with his ultimate. He's going all the way in. Neo's going to get the Alpha Strike on top of him. Big damage coming out. Aphic, though, not able to pick up the kill before Neo gets back out with another one. And now it's Spectrum and Unseen just taking down Zephyral. There's just not enough shields in the world to stop that. That's going to be an inhibitor. Another 4-0 exchange. And Community just showing what you can do with 20,000 gold lead. I mean, you can run in with bad engagements, eating CC. It doesn't matter. Don't kill the AD carry. Pick him for last, and you can still win engagements.
Yeah, no, their engagements are spectacular. Twitch, being the damage champion he is right now, using that Venomous cast to his disposal at any opportunity, because it is going to be just chunking and hawk down left and right. The primary target, as we've seen in plenty of these fights, just get the support out of the way, and you can take the rest of the team, because she doesn't have the Crucible finished yet. She just in a not so safe position, although she does have the most kills on the team.
Yeah, it's you know, there's Final Spark's gonna come out. Samplify actually in a lot of trouble right there. Aphic jumping in, forcing a flash out of Samplify. They're not gonna be rewarded with a kill for that one, but some good play coming out of Riot. I mean, they have a good team comp, but lanes just got so far out, and now forcing a TP from Trundle back to defend against the super minions is a sad time for Community when you have to TP back to your base just to stop somebody from pushing.
And that is a pretty big game changer, considering the defensive and offensive uses of teleport, being able to catch people out. They don't have the wards necessarily to catch people at this time, so they're not going to be TPing to any wards, and their lanes aren't pushing in the regions they need. They need to get a good team fight, possibly a group, but Twitch is just going to come in.
Yeah, Twitch just walking in there, Poison and Rat-a-tat, game over. The crits are being laid out. Riot Girl's the next one to go down. Rise picking up that kill. Murdoch X, even though Rojan has put out the ultimate, it is not going to matter. A double picked up for Unseen, as he now goes 13-1. And it's a pretty dominating performance. Kha'Zix, for some reason, he's just hanging back. He's going to kill the dragon again. Bugs do not like dragons. Unseen is going to get seen right here. Zephyral's going to jump on him. The heal's going to come out, and he's trying to attack move his way out of this one. I think he's still going to go down, though. Karma with the last Q, picking up that one. Murdoch X trying to get some retribution. Not going to happen. And another shutdown coming in for Karma. Bacon Hawk picking up 2 shutdowns on a Twitch already in this game.
Doing perfectly well, but they are trying to go for a re-engage.
Yeah, I don't... You know, I don't know if Community can engage. They really... It's all defensive on the backhand. There's a TP down bottom, so Rise really wants to push these towers. He's all about just winning this game.
And that's exactly what he does well. He controls lanes exponentially well because of his ability just to toss the orb out and just spam abilities left and right, using the ultimate to ult waves and just get the clear off. He's just going to pushing and pushing and making those rotations, possibly towards going for all of the inhibitors instead of just possibly grouping up and ending the game as soon as possible. It's something they could do. Yeah,
they're kind of going back and forth. They're doing a good job now. They're back in their base and they're defending. They got really aggressive up top, which allowed the Super Ninjas to push in. They did lose one of their Nexus towers for that. But here comes Neo. He's got everything popped. Highlanders up, takes down Aphic with a couple chops. Riot Girl as well. Rojan's the next target. Not enough armor in the world. A solo triple kill right here from Master Yi. He dives the fountain, but it's not happening. Zephyr picking up the shutdown right there. And that was Master Yi with a blinder on all of his eyes. All 7 of them. He had blinders on all of them. And now Baconhawk trying to defend right here is going to flash, gets a root, gets a stun. Spectrum taking tower hit after tower hit right here. And Zephyr might be able to pick up this kill. There it is! And they're defending really well, but I think it's going to be too little too late.
Yeah, it's exactly what time it is. Just running out of it as well, but they're possibly going on to Twitch. He is stealth, but he's just going to take down Riot Girl yet again, using his abilities just amazingly well.
Oh, here comes an actual man drop in behind Twitch. He's going to go down. Tristana picking up that one, jumping on Murdoch. Oh, but popping the Buster Shot a little too early. She had red buff, and I'm surprised that she busted Rise away right there. Probably could have chased him down for another kill. And Murdoch just kind of hanging out in the base. Hasn't gone back to buy in a little while, but doesn't have much gold to show for it. He finished the Frozen Heart, picked up a Giant's Belt. Some pretty big builds coming out of Community right now. Rojan wants this fight. There's Neo, though, and him and his Infinity Edge have something to say about that. Last Whisper, and my goodness. He is like the master chef right now, not the Master Yi, just chopping people up for dinner as he's getting stunned, and he's literally guarding their Nexus, but jumps onto a jumping Aphic who rocketed into the fountain, and another laser death for Neo.
Also, I have to mention is that was a beautiful, beautiful jump as soon as the Alpha Strike came down into the base. That was pretty amazing. I have to give it to Aphic in this situation. That made me giggle a bit. But they are going back on trying to defend this Nexus for all it's worth, and it may be not enough at the end of the day.
Oh, Final Spark comes across. Trist gets one, jumps back out. Unseen is here, though, and that Twitch is just rolling through the team. They have so much AD between Twitch and Yi. Simplify is going to flash in, get the root, and pick up a quadra kill. And there it is, a pentakill for Twitch. Much earned as they finish the game in dramatic fashion with laser dives and pentakills. A pretty handily won game for Community. Just dominating it from the lanes on. I mean, there weren't a lot of like crazy ganks coming out of Kha'Zix.